fun. I knew there was no way I'd get good reception in the hills of deep Pennsylvania, so I didn't even try to stream. My guess is the stream isn't that great now, but maybe it's doable since a few of you are watching. Got about 80 miles left to northeastern Maryland. Sure if I'll keep the stream on the whole time. I will if I think there's good reception. I wish there was an easy way to tell. I'm just kind of guessing. I think my guesses are pretty right on. There was a small accident and one of the drivers actually assaulted the other driver trying to yank him out of his car and slap him. Even if I did have the stream on at that point, you guys wouldn't have been able to see it since it was way up the road, and I doubt the camera would have caught most of it, if any of it at all. On the 222, that is what this road is called. We're going south. We're going 55 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour. The sun is about to set here in Pennsylvania. I hope the reception gets better so more of you guys can enjoy the stream. Comments telling me where you're watching from. Hit that thumbs up button if you like the stream, and subscribe if you'd like to see some more. I'll be doing this every day, and the streams will get better in terms of the cameras I use and how I acquire data when I am streaming. That will take a bit, but it will be faster if I know people are watching. That's all I'll say about that. It's just to do with how popular I think this channel can become as to how hard I work on the just the back end of it, the cameras, the data. Just to set it up like it is was took a little doing, not much, but I do know some things about camera work and data, but I've never had to stream from different positions at different speeds, and it's a whole nother ballgame, and you need a lot of power behind you. hope y'all enjoying the stream. We are in southern Pennsylvania, headed to northeastern Maryland. We got a low bridge ahead of us. We only got about 2 feet clearance. Can we make it? Can we? Oh, we did. We did. I hear fire engines and ambulances. Oh, they are behind us going the other way. Light up that thumbs up button, guys, so I know you like the stream. So I know you want me back out here tomorrow and the next day and the next day after that. Patio on the back of that guy's truck. Look at that. I've never seen that. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. We are on road 422. We just got off of 222 and we're about to get on 176 south. We're going 55 miles an hour. I'll let all the pro drivers ahead of me go faster. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. Who doesn't love Thomas Edison? There's a billboard, ilovethomasedison.com. The inventor of the light bulb, or was he? Oh my god. We're kind of near Edison, New Jersey. Thomas Edison is a power company in the tri-state, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. That's why his name is still all over the place. .176 south, 176 south, not 671. Don't mistake, it is 176. A lot of road road changes on this trip. We're only going to be on this road for about 11 miles. If you like the stream, hit the thumbs up button. If you really like the stream, subscribe, because I will be out here almost every day. These streams will not be scheduled. They will be put on when I have the proper reception to get the stream out there, according to what data is available from my cell phone carrier and just the general times in which I need to drive to get the goods on my truck to where they gotta go. We are fairly heavy right now. We are around 70,000 pounds. The trailer I had earlier is no longer with us. We dropped that off in north central Pennsylvania. Again, we are headed to northern Maryland right now. About to get on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Wow, these bridges are low. So this bridge ahead of us is 13 feet, 13 feet and 8 inches. Our truck and trailer is 13 feet and 6 inches. A little below that. I have driven trucks where equipment on the back is much higher than that, and then sometimes it is difficult to find the proper roads. But most of that was out west in Montana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Colorado, California, Arizona, New Mexico, things like that. There's a lot more space out there and a lot less bridges that are low as they are on the East Coast. Well, of course, the ride is smooth now that you're watching. Before I turned the stream on, we were in the thick of it with some harsh downhills and some tight turns. I just knew the stream wouldn't be fluid. You guys wouldn't be able to see what was going on in any manner if there was any reception at all. So I didn't turn it on. I gotta wait until I get a better way to stream before I could show you those backwood roads in places like the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. There are places in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania, and there are definitely places in the middle of nowhere in New York State and Massachusetts. What 6.4 miles an hour, not 4.6, but 6.4 miles an hour looks like in a semi-truck. The roads were packed earlier. This is nice and empty. I must be going to the other side. Almost seems like I'm in Montana. Not nearly, but if anyone's ever been to Montana, you drive those roads, there's no one, you see no one for 15, 20, 30 miles even. Do all sorts of stuff out there, no one ever found out. And I used to have a cabin in upstate New York, at the top of a mountain on 10 acres of land. To have some parties up there. No one around for miles. cold in my truck, I love to keep it really cold. I have a short sleeve and a long sleeve t-shirt on. I usually have a wool long sleeve and or a sweatshirt too. That's how cold I like it. Especially at night. It's an ice box in here. All seasons. That is one great thing about this truck. It gets nice and cold. And I can actually sleep well. Couple people yesterday on the stream asked if it was hard to become a truck driver. It is pretty easy to become a truck driver. It is hard to stay driving a truck. Now there's several different types of trucks. Class A, Class B, there might even be there is a Class C. I don't really think, actually, I think that's only in certain states anyway. I'm not sure why I haven't included that. To drive the type of truck I'm driving, you generally need to go to a truck driving school. I did not go to a truck driving school. I trained through the company, my first company. They were in Montana. They don't even exist anymore. Basically, it was quote-unquote free training, and then I had to live on the truck with a stranger for 3 months. So 2 months on the road, 2 weeks on the road before I even had a real CDL license. I had a learner's permit, CDL license, learner's CDL, Montana, and I stayed on the truck with this beautiful individual for about 11, 12 days. If you couldn't tell I was being sarcastic when I said beautiful individual, then now you know. He was a beautiful individual, like I said before. Anyway, stayed on the truck with him for about 12 days. There was a little friction. It was his first time training a driver. He didn't do so well after that either. We might talk more about him later. We might not. Then I took a test, a written and a driving test, which I passed on the first try. The reason I say that is because it's important if you pass on the first try. If you don't, there's some static involved in the company whether they let you go or not. Passed it on my first try, and then I got on another truck with another guy who was transferring me to yet another guy, and I got on that guy's truck, and I saw that he wanted me to sleep in the top bunk, and I was not down for that. It is dangerous and it is uncomfortable when the truck is moving to sleep on the top bunk in the back. Told him I wouldn't be doing that. Got right off the truck, and I ended up training with the guy who transferred me to the other guy. And this happened in Spokane, Washington. Was on the truck with that guy and his dog, who I fell in love with over the next 3 months. Beautiful girl named Charlotte, and we had some fun times. It was a little rough. He didn't like to drive that much, and the problem with that, you say, well, you get more driving time. The problem is I can only drive for a certain amount of time per day, 11 hours per day, if I have those hours on my clock. And we'll talk about that at a much later date, probably. We will talk about it, but that'll be much later. So anyway, this guy didn't like to drive. He got disability from another job. That wasn't too much, but it was enough to keep him in cigarettes and food, I guess you could say. So he was pretty lazy. He liked to tell people to F off and things like that all the time. So I had to do a lot of the driving. You said, well, why was it such a problem, all this, right? The thing is, I had to drive 30,000 miles. The truck had to move 30,000 miles total before I could get off that truck, right? So if he's not doing a lot of driving, then I'm doing most of the driving. You say, well, you get more experience. The thing is, it takes longer before I can go out on my own. So I drove as much as I could. I used to cap out my 11 hours a lot of the time, and he'd only drive 3, 4, 5 hours. And you'd say, well, maybe he liked you. He wanted to keep you on the truck. No. I kept in touch with him after I was off the truck, and he still drove 3, 4, 5 hours a day. He didn't make much money because the people at the trucking company didn't like him very much, but he didn't care, or at least he said he didn't care. So that was my training. And that was Montana, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, California, Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico. And I had a lot of fun. That was winter time a few years back. And that is, I credit that training with allowing me to do a lot of the things that people don't like to do. I'm not saying I'm special. I'm just saying I have more confidence in the truck under certain conditions that a lot of people don't, just because they don't have the experience, not because they're lesser drivers, just because they just don't have the experience on mountain roads or ice or snow or narrow roads with steep grades and things like that. We are getting on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Yes. Easy pass it up. I don't know how many of y'all are from the Northeast. Please tell me in the comments if you are from the Northeast. What you know about Easy Pass? I know Easy Pass goes down to the Mid-Atlantic and maybe even further south. I don't much pay attention to what tolls are. I just have multiple passes that are connected to my dashboard to pay all my tolls that go into one big bill at the end of the month. So it is what it is, but I can go anywhere in the country and I got the pass for those tolls, and it is incredibly important to have these types of passes. Otherwise you'll be taking roads that bring you places a lot more. It just takes a lot more time to get there. And if you don't have the pass, you might get tickets, etc., etc. It's kind of boring, to be honest. Here's the Pennsylvania Turnpike, 7 to 6. I have been using a lot of data to put this stream out there. I looked at my data usage on my phone last night and my eyes popped out of my skull. I don't even know if I'm going to tell you how much data I use, because I'm sure there'll be some people in the comments screaming, "What? You took all the data in the region, in the county?" I used a lot of data yesterday, and I'm sure I'm using a lot of data right now. Again, we are in southern Pennsylvania, headed to northern Maryland. Northeastern Maryland. After that, tomorrow, we are going over to the coast, all the way to the coast. I'm not sure if there'll be reception out there because we're going to be in the boondocks in Virginia. But tomorrow, I hope we have reception, because we are going to go to a very special place. We are going to go over and under the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel, which is my favorite road in the country. I used to live in Virginia Beach, and this bridge tunnel, even in a car it's special, but in a truck it is extra, extra special. So I hope I have reception, and if you're not doing anything tomorrow, and we get a notice of this stream, we're going to go over and under that Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel, and it is a special thing. There are not many trucks in this country who have been over and under that Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel, just because there's not that many people over in that area in the United States. They're all west of that area. We're gonna be on this beach pretty much, and it's just gonna be a beautiful, beautiful ride. Just a beautiful ride, especially if we hit that area at night, which we might. I hope we hit the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel at night because it's beautiful. But if we hit it during the day or during the sunset, it'll be almost just as beautiful as it will be at night. And I say the beauty at night just because the lights just hit the bridge real nice, and the water's black, so it just looks like you're driving into nothingness. There's a balloon. People are having fun in a balloon up here on the right. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see. You actually should be able to see. So look to the right up into the sky as we come around. Oh, there it is in the center. Can you guys see it? I'm not sure. But there is a balloon. It is on the left-hand side of us right now in the sky, just sitting there. Where did it come from? I don't know. But it is there. We're going 6.4 miles an hour, not 4.6, 6.4 miles an hour. This beautiful Saturday evening, headed to northeastern Maryland. Pennsylvania Turnpike, or the 76. It's called the 17. It's called the 76 because of 1776. In honor of our nation's Independence Day. Pennsylvania can be a little corner like that. I don't know if you guys know about all the fun towns in Pennsylvania. Do yourself a favor and look those up later. They got all kinds of fun towns, things like fornication and vacation. No, I'm just kidding about the vacation, but they got a lot of fun town names. I can't think of them a lot now. My brain is full. It is my 14th day in a row working. Yes, that is 14 days in a row, and my brain is full up and about to overload. Of course, my genius self decides to start the stream on my 13th day of work. I did some test videos on a different platform, and it was time to get creative again, and here we are. If I can get this thing going and get some good data so we can get a clearer video, then this could be special, and I'm really excited. I love driving so much more while I'm streaming and while you guys are watching. It is so much easier. So much easier. hope you join the stream. Thank you for all those comments. Yesterday I did breeze through the comments. I had to go to sleep and eat something, but I did read them all. Thank you so much for leaving so many nice comments. I'm trying to include a lot of the stuff you were asking about yesterday. Ask anything you want today, and I will try to answer it over the next few days. I wanted to focus today on my training, just because a few people asked about that, and what it is to be a trucker, etc. And if you guys want to talk more about that in the future, I will talk more about it. And I'll even get into details about which companies you should join and everything like that. None of that is going to benefit me, but I will tell you the best companies to join, depending on where you are in the United States. If you're watching from another country, the restrictions on being a truck driver in the U.S. have tightened up since we have a new president in office, but they are still reasonable as far as I know. I know a good bit of foreign drivers, and they're still here. I know a woman who is from Asia, and she just started driving a truck too, so there you go. Like I said, there are a few more requirements. The biggest one being you have to have signs as long as they're not crazy about it, and that's just, you have to know how to read the signs. Sadly enough. Okay, everyone, you're gonna scream at me, or some people are gonna scream as they join the stream, but I gotta join the left lane here. Or is that on a different? I might have been on a different lane. I'm gonna stay in the right lane until I see another sign telling me. Some of these left lane restrictions for trucks are interesting to say the least, and some of these signs are outdated. So a lot of the times I'll look for a duplicate sign before I follow something, unless it's pretty explicit. This sign is pretty explicit, telling me to get to the left lane of the truck. Only problem is I'm about to get off an exit, so I'm going to stay in the right. This next exit should be ours. I hope you are enjoying the drive or the ride along. I hope you are enjoying the views outside in a state you may never have been to. And if you're not from this country, a state you may never have heard of. Pennsylvania literally means Penn's Woods. Penn for, I think William Penn was his name, and Sylvania, from the Latin root of Sylvan, means woods. Woods, Sylvan means trees, woods, etc. So, William Penn's Woods, Pennsylvania. And there we go. John Adams traveled to Pennsylvania on a few pretty epic trips on horseback in the late 1700s when everything was getting ironed out. We were trying to get away from the big bad British. Just got off this exit. We're about to get on 100 south. 100 south. Not 001, but 100. Going through the toll booths. It's so much fun. Always seem too narrow to me. They always seem too narrow to me. I'll tell you what. The police are up ahead with a tow truck and all. So much fun. And the guy on my left is not letting me get over any further than that. Thank you. Or not thank you. Positive, negative, it's okay. No big deal. Like I said, you guys did miss some action. When I was on those back roads in Pennsylvania, I just knew the data wasn't there to stream. There was an accident, there was an altercation, and it wasn't that pretty. A man pulled another man, or tried to pull another man out of his car after the accident. And the man who was trying to pull the other man out of the car slapped the other man. Yes, that really did happen. Again, even if I was streaming, you guys wouldn't have been able to see that because it was up on the road. Tell me, guys, what do you drive? What kind of cars or trucks do you drive? What's your favorite type of car? What's your dream car? My Jeep just blew up. No joke. My Jeep just blew up down in Dallas, and I am looking for a new car. I'm thinking about getting a Bronco or an F-250 or a 2500 or something kind of smaller, maybe a Shelby. I'm not sure. I'm all over the board. I got options. So tell me your favorite type of car. Maybe I'll check one out. Had that Jeep for a minute. So it is gone. And when I say a minute, I mean a long time. One thing that's absolutely wild that I hope some of you get to experience one day is when you're driving a big truck and you're this high up, etc. And I've been even higher up than I am now. And you get into a regular car, it is like being on the floor. It is like laying on the ground compared to being this high. And I'm used to being this high. And like I said, I've been even higher in trucks. But it is wild coming from this height down to the floor and just experiencing what it's like to be in a car around big trucks. It's wild. On roads like this, I like to be in the middle. I just like to let the cars around me just flow around me like I'm in a river, like I'm in a raft in a river. me know that you like the stream by hitting the thumbs up button. And remember to subscribe if you'd like to be notified of streams in the future. Like I said earlier, these streams will not be scheduled for a variety of reasons. I wish I could schedule them, but right now, that is just not on the table due to how data works on my cell phone carrier, the hours I have to drive that day, and where I'm going, whether there's traffic or weather or women that want to buy my dinner. Okay, I could shout out a few people since I'm at a red light. What's up, Richard and Ricardo and Gravo? How you guys doing tonight? Or this afternoon or this morning? I have a feeling some of you are not watching from the United States, and I love it. I love that. Get to see a place you might never see, just live too. This is happening right now. pop up ahead of you. Bumps, but we avoided them. We avoided the bumps. Bumpity bumpity. I am reading the latest. I'm reading a lot of books right now, and I'll talk about that later. I tend to read 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books at the same time. I don't know, I've been doing that for years, but one of the books I am reading is the latest Hunger Games book that is all about the second quarter quell, or the 50th year of the Hunger Games, where Hamish Abernathy is getting lit up on all sides. It's pretty good. I'm almost done. I think I got like 15, 20 pages left. I always get sad when a book is ending, especially a book I like. It is not probably my favorite Hunger Games book. It is a pretty good book, though. I think the one previous to this, The Songbirds and Snakes, about the 10th Hunger Games and the Covey Girl, was better than this. And I'm not going to go into a rating for the Hunger Games right now, just because, like I said earlier, my brain is overloaded. And I need to save some of myself for this drive. But yeah, that is one of the books I'm reading right now. And I'm also working my way through the Dune series, which I believe is 19 books. Hold on, it might be. It's either 19 or 26 books long. And I believe I have read either 6 or 7. I read Dune itself first, and I've read that twice now. And I've read either the first 6 or the first 7 books in the series that talks about the families and the mentats and the sisterhood of the wielding women, the women of the order, like Paul's mom is in. I can't think of the name of that right now. Anyway, so I've read the first 6 or 7 books, and I think I'm on book 7. So I've read 7 books. The first 6 books plus Dune. Dune is, I think, the 16th book. It was only one of 3. I told you guys I wasn't going to talk about this. Here I am talking about it. It was only one of 3. What's his name? Herbert? I think his name is Herbert. And again, my brain is overloaded. I'm sorry if I'm getting this guy's name wrong. He wrote the first 3 books, and then his son and another guy wrote the other 16 or 23 books. I think it's either 19 books or 26 books in the series. And a lot of it is original from their minds, but a lot of it, and actually maybe more so lopsided, it's from a lot of the ideas and words and storylines are from the father's notes that they found in his desk and literally in the attic of the house. So it's pretty cool that his son and another guy was able to recreate the magic of Dune. The first 6 books, at least, or the first 7, I think I'm on the 7th now, are not as quick-paced as Dune and maybe not as well-written as Dune, but they're still very good, and it's really cool to see what happened thousands and hundreds and thousands of years before Paul Atreides and Leto Atreides and Emperor Danny Walken got into the play. favorite book over the past few years has been Ready Player One. I've probably read it 5 or 6 or 7 times. COVID was a dark time for me, like a lot of other people I know. I am aware that I was not one of the only people to suffer that amount of time. But I read Ready Player One a lot, and it soothed a lot of my ails. And I love that book, and I refuse to watch the movie because I know the movie is gonna pale in comparison. There are so many different roads in this drive, and that is my least favorite thing to do because I might make a wrong turn here and there, and making a wrong turn in a truck is at the best of times a pain in the neck, and at the worst of times hazardous. Because sometimes if I make a wrong turn or I miss a turn, I have to do some crazy things to get back on track, and some of those things are hard because I am in such a big vehicle, and I get myself into pickles. But when I get myself into problem situations in the truck, I just learn how to be a better driver, and all that's good and fine, but problems can create accidents, and accidents are no good. Hey Richard, I am cruising. I've been driving big trucks for almost 4 years. I did some other vehicle work before that. I transported organs, so someone died. I used to go to the hospital and pick up their skin and their eyes and their bones, and no, I'm not kidding. I've transported airplane parts, emergency situations for private jets and architectural plans, and even big paper checks with big numbers on them. I have a goal in mind, money-wise, and I have not reached it yet, and so I'm still out here on the truck. And this streaming is just fantastic, and I hope I can keep it up. I hope I can figure out the data problem, and I hope when I'm around major cities we have even better streams so even more people watch, because that'll just make me happier, and I'll just want to do it more, and I'll figure out the problems that are coming up in the stream, and we'll just be out here all the time, most every day, because I work most every day. sisterhood at Dune. Now I remember. Don't ask me to spell it at the moment. I can spell Jesuit, Jesuit, but I think the author uses a different spelling because he doesn't want to completely take the Catholic religious order and put it in a book. The Jesuits are a specialized, learned section of the Catholic Church. They usually have high IQs. They're usually very well educated most of the time. And I just say usually because, there's always exceptions. Like we might get a little nighttime driving on the stream for the first time. Is everyone excited? This probably is going to look cool in the darkness. In the darkness. Oh, thank you for cutting in front of me. I enjoyed that so much. Is that a Prius? Or is that just a Honda? Thank you so much for cutting in front of me. It makes me feel so special. It's like I won an award or something. What is this in front of us that just cut us off? Shout it out if you know it. Shout it out. It is a Hyundai. It's a Hyundai Sonata. Oh, thank you, Hyundai Sonata, for cutting me off. I feel so nice and special. He singled me out and he said, I'm going to cut you off. I think it's like a gift on this beautiful Labor Day weekend. We got a rice burner on the left, Mr. Acura, with his fancy lights on the sides. Those things look a little ratchet. They look a little janky, Mr. Acura, but we won't fault you too bad. We won't fault you too bad. We know you stole them off your mother's lamp, so we know you did. Got a Mercedes-Benz dealership on the right. I never had a feeling to get a Mercedes, and that is completely honest. I have coveted BMWs from time to time, but never a Mercedes. Never a Mercedes. We got 29.8 miles until our destination, and we are in Pennsylvania still, I believe. Don't laugh at me, but sometimes I don't know what state I'm in. A lot of the times I don't know what state I'm in because I am in so many states all the time, and I'm usually about one off or so, or one ahead. When I'm talking to family and friends on the phone, they're like, where are you? And I'm like, I think I might be in Kansas, but I might be in Idaho. I'm not sure. Ooh, a fancy Starbucks. Fancy Starbucks Mercedes dealership. I'm gonna guess we're in a high value area. There's a Land Rover Jaguar dealership coming up on the right. I am gonna say this area has some high value houses. I'm just gonna go out on a limb. It looks familiar, but I don't think I've been here. I don't know. Sometimes I'll go to places and they look familiar and I say, I don't think I've been here, and then I'll figure out that I have been here. Earlier today, I got some pizza, which I was very excited about. I try to eat as little pizza as possible, even though I love pizza. And I try to eat as little of it as possible because it is the devil on the truck. It is the devil. Because my physical activity is way down from what it used to be. So it's easier to pack on the pounds. And as I talk about pizza, here's Enzo's Italian Eatery. Anyway, we got some pizza in Pennsylvania, PP Pizza in Pennsylvania. It was decent. I'd give it around a 4, but on the road, it's probably around a 6.57. It wasn't that good, but it wasn't that bad either. I got more waiting for me in the back for later. No, it was pretty good. I'm just saying it wasn't the best. Anyway, had some pizza. Don't mean to downgrade the place. I didn't name it, so it's okay. I didn't name the place, so it's okay. I don't like to shout people's names or businesses out, even if they are bad. Only, if they're rude or if they did something to me, to hurt me. I mean, I guess it could hurt me if they served me bad pizza, but if they didn't injure me either psychically or physically, then psychologically, I guess you could say physiologically or psychologically, then we're okay. And if you notice, I'm going a little blinky because I am pretty wasted. Just overloaded brain wise since I've been out here for 14 days straight. And some of these roads I'm driving are not easy roads. Some of them are easy, but some of them are not easy. And some of the easier roads get hard when there's accidents and traffic and things like that. Okay, forward. Should I go check out the Broncos? If you guys like the stream, play with that thumbs up button for me. Thumbs up button for me. And if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss one. These will not be scheduled, but you will be notified if you hit the alerts button after you subscribe for my channel. I will try to post fun pictures on the channel, only if you guys like that stuff. I'm not sure if anyone will ever look at them. I'll try it out. And here and there, I will try to schedule a stream, but who knows if it'll be on time. There are so many factors out here that make it hard for me to schedule anything at all. Ask any questions you like and tell me where you're from, and I will read the comments quickly this evening before I go to sleep, and I will answer as many as I remember tomorrow during the stream. We should have pretty good streaming capability tomorrow for a time. We will be in the middle of nowhere in Virginia, and I do hope we are able to be together when I go over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel. It is a special place. And like I said, I used to live in Virginia Beach, so I know it very well. It is beautiful, and it is one, you know what? It's like the 9th or 10th or 11th wonder of the world. It spans, I think, about 19.1 miles, plus or minus 2 miles, and it is above the water, it is below the water, it is above the water again, it is below the water, and it is above the water again. So at first it is a bridge, and then it is a tunnel, and then it is a bridge, and then it is a tunnel, and then it is a bridge again before going to land again in Virginia. And the reason for the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel is because there are 2 naval bases right there and a naval air station, and they need to get those big ships in and out of harbor, as well as container ships for all the goods that are being shipped in and out of the United States. But it is a beauty to behold, and I really, really hope we are able to get the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel on stream tomorrow, because even though it is early days of this stream, it might be the only time it is on the stream, because it is very, very rare that I'm able to drive that bridge. I've only driven it once before in the truck, many times in the car, but only once before in the truck. And that was because I diverted myself way out of route, because I have that option. I took myself way out of route because I said I want to drive a truck on and over the Chesapeake and under the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel at least once, and I cannot believe we are going to be doing it on the 3rd day of the stream. I'm so excited. I am so excited, and you guys should be excited too. And I'm not building this up, I promise. It is a beautiful place, and it is going to happen tomorrow at some point, whether it be in the afternoon, the evening, or later tomorrow night. I just don't know. I don't know how long I'm going to be in northeastern Maryland, which is where we're going right now, which is why I don't know when we'll be passing over the Chesapeake, over and under the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. But it is a lovely place, and I have many great memories in Virginia Beach, so I love it there. And I love it on the Bay Bridge tunnel. You guys ever play red light, green light, 1, 2, 3 when you were a kid? Oh, I remember playing that game. Dodgeball and Nukem. You guys ever play Nukem? Not a lot of people play Nukem. Nukem is like disjointed volleyball. Nukem, you throw a volleyball, or it could be any kind of ball, really. It's just got to be big. Not a basketball. Basketball is too hard for the game. You could play it with a basketball if you're sadistic. But you throw a ball, like a volleyball or a dodgeball, over a volleyball net, and it's like volleyball and dodgeball put together. So you throw it over the net, and if a person on the other team gets hit without catching the ball, they are out, just like dodgeball. But if they catch the ball, then you are out. And it takes dodgeball to another level. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I miss those days. It's so sad. You never know when your last Nukem game is. You never know when your last dodgeball game is. You never know the last time you played tackle football without pads with your friends. And it's just so sad. Isn't it sad? You never know the last time, but one day was the last time you went on the swings as a child in the playground. I mean, you might have went on the swings at other times when you were drinking as a teenager, or maybe even later, but there's that one day, that last day you went on the swings with your friends as a child, or your mom, or your aunt, or your uncle, or your grandparents took you to the park. It's sad. It's so sad. Everyone's in a rush to go nowhere. There are so many lights on this road. It's a light every 25 feet. Maybe that was a little of an exaggeration. Maybe. okay, it seems like we're getting into more normal people part of town. We have left the rich area to an extent. There are a couple maybe higher end stores here, but more normal people area. No Mercedes and Jaguar and Land Rover dealerships anymore. I just had to take you around the new Ridge, of course. Tired. Your boy is tired. After today, like I said, we're going to the coast. Tomorrow, we're gonna go over and under the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel, and then we are headed to Georgia. We're headed to Atlanta. We will be going through Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and all the way down to Atlanta. So don't miss it. Don't miss it. Hopefully the data is working better than it did earlier today. What a sad story that was. I don't think it's working nearly as good as it was working yesterday right now. So hopefully tomorrow and the next day and the next day after that we get some good streams. Once I get to Atlanta, I will be taking a good break, so there will be no streams. But, yeah, I would say maybe I'll make a highlight video or two, but I'm not sure I'll do that. I think it might be hard to do with the vertical, too. I want a main video with the vertical. It works for streaming, I think, but not for regular uploads. Just a raft on the river, let this cars flow around me, by me, around me. And I am going a little nuts because I am tired. It'll be okay, I'll be okay. I think that's a sign of psychosis too, when you tell yourself you'll be okay, isn't it? Maybe. I'm just kidding. What's your guys' favorite restaurants to eat at? I told you my favorite restaurant. Probably never heard of it, so I'll leave that for later when we talk about that area of the U.S. But I don't know. I am absolutely sick of fast food. When I do get off this truck, I don't know when that'll be now, because I have a feeling, I don't know when that'll be, but when I do get off this truck, I never want to eat fast food again. I've eaten way too much fast food from one person. I try to eat healthy, and I have been healthier. It's hard to source healthy food a lot on the truck. It's just hard to get to the stores that sell that food. So it is hard to source it. We are in southern Pennsylvania, about to go over the Maryland border. And we're about to go on the 95 right now, but we'll only be on the 95 for less than 3 miles, so don't get too excited. What do they say in the Matrix? Never get on the highway. What does she say? What does Morpheus say to Trinity and Trinity say to Neo? Someone shout out that quote. My brain is too fried to quote that properly. I thought you never said to get on the highway. Sometimes, Trinity, we must do the things we know aren't right. Something like that. I know I did a horrible rendition of that, and I apologize, and I should probably go and die right now, but yeah. Baltimore. We will not be going to Baltimore because we are going to the coast of Maryland and then the coast of Virginia. So we will not be going to Baltimore. Thank all that is right in the world. There's a lot of traffic in that area. Watch the stream, smash that thumbs up button, and subscribe if you want to see some more roads with me. If you want to ride with me, if you want to drive with me, then subscribe so YouTube notifies you when I do drive, and so you can ride along, see all the sights I see on a daily basis. I see some crazy stuff, I see some beautiful stuff, some not so beautiful stuff, and some crazy stuff in between. This is not Baltimore, by the way. Baltimore is 68 miles away. I was just saying it like a crazy person because I saw many signs for it. That's all. 95 for about 13 and a half miles. Look at that. Special, special, special us. The 95 will be our ending point for the evening. So pray for some traffic. Pray for some traffic because we are soon to be parted. But don't worry, we will not be parted for long. I will see you tomorrow. And we will go over the over and under and over and under and over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel. And it is as special as I told you earlier, I promise. You will not be disappointed, I promise. I just hope we can stream when we're on the bridge. You know, we might have problems when we're in the tunnel on the bridge, but something tells me we might not. We might be able to get some data out even when we're in the tunnel. We will see. It'll be a sad, sad day if we can, but we will see. I hope we can. Oh, thank you for getting in front of me and braking. That is the worst thing to do with a church truck. Pass them, get in front and brake. That is the worst thing you can do to me. By far. Getting near the coast. We are very close to the coast. I don't think I could smell the salt water and the fish, but we are close. I love the ocean. I love the ocean. Drivers out here, I don't know what to do with them all. They're so good and safe. So good and safe. Tell you what. Joining a flood of cars and trucks right now. We are on one of the most populated highways, freeways, byways, whatever you want to call it. I have arguments with people about what we call these roads all the time. Let's start up an argument in the chat. But there are many, many, many people in all different types of vehicles joining us right now. We're about to have a party on the road. Look at this guy on our ride. We're passing this guy on our ride. He has an unsecured load in his... Oh, he is drifting to the left. That is no good. What drug are you on, Mr. He has his hatch of his SUV up, and there are all kinds of fun things inside his SUV. Can you see him there? Oh, drifty, druggy. No es bueno. like Angelina Jolie is gonna jump out of a helicopter into the water next door. That'd be kind of hot. I mean, these days Angelina Jolie is looking a little tired, but like, 15, 20 years ago, if Angelina Jolie jumped into the water over yonder, that would be pretty hot. Probably be pretty hot now too, I mean, I am driving a truck right now. What can I expect? I can't expect, 2001 Angelina Jolie to fall over in love with me, Let's be real. 2025-year-old Angelina Jolie passing by too. Let's be real. I'm nothing if not real. Very nice driving. I always like to applaud the nice driving of these fine individuals. Little clap is in order, I think. Yeah, there you go. Spec on the screen when I started driving. When I started the stream earlier, I think it's on the windshield. We'll try to keep the windshield as clean as possible. Obviously, I don't think that is on the lens. I am fairly certain that is not the lens. Could be, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Together for about 6 or 7 more miles. Oh, if I knew... Actually, no, never mind. It's passing us by anyway. I do plan to take you guys many different places. I am all around the United States all the time. And you can come with me. If you just join the stream with me, you can come with me. You can see all the things outside. If you work from home, if you're at home because you're ill or you're taking care of your family member, or for whatever reason you don't like going outside, this could be your portal. Your portal to the outside world. Your portal to see things that you might not see. Your portal to driving a big truck like this one right here that I'm driving right now. Your portal to see all these beautiful drivers out here. Just a window onto the world, as they say, as I say. I think they say it too, though. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I was on a couple kids' TV shows as a child. Maybe I'll talk about that one day, maybe I won't. But I was on a couple of kids' TV shows. And curse my blessed family because we do not have recordings. I'm not sure I would air them on YouTube anyway, but it would be fun to watch me as a child on TV. Oh my, we are in Delaware. Look at all the fancy states we have gone to today, just 2. But hey, 2 is better than 1, as they say, and 1 is better than 0. So Pennsylvania, Delaware, and I'm headed to Maryland, and tomorrow Virginia, and then North Carolina, and South Carolina, and Georgia, and who knows from there where we're going. Maybe Florida, maybe Kansas. It's been a while since I've seen Dorothy. I tell you, that hoe didn't cook for dinner last time I saw her. She got me a pop and told me I got fat. I said, Dorothy, told me I'm fat and then you buy me a soda. What is the deal with that? And she said, well, even though I don't like you no more, I don't want no other woman to have you. And that's how Dorothy rolls in her blue dress with her pigtails. I do hope we see a tornado together, because they are fun. They are fun. Get a tornado on the stream. I think we might have 3 billion views if we can get a tornado on the stream. You know what? Honestly, it's okay if we don't get 3 billion views or even 1 million views. This has been a lot of fun already, even the second day through. It's really helping me drive, and really just a lot of fun. I'm smiling. I'm feeling better than I normally do in the truck. So that's important. That is extremely important. Not the 5-9, we're on the 9-5. Alright everyone, it is that time of the night. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the stream. And join me here tomorrow when we will go on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel. We will go over the bridge, under the bridge, into the tunnel, under the water into the tunnel, over the bridge again, under the water into the tunnel, and over the bridge again. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you two guys tomorrow.